We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
First look now for Darrington Evans. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On play action, they'll throw. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good yardage after the catch as that played good for 30 and a first.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. On a screen, this is Evans. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards, the final tally.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there, but how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Jonnu Smith, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive.
His kick.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game.
6-0.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And some room to work. He's got daylight. 30, 10, touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Darrington Evans on the return. The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
They'll run on 1st down with Evans. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
The ball carrier.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now the 2nd down throw on target.
The pass complete to Quez Watkins. A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, y'all. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Back to throw. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Oh, and now some space to operate. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Corey Davis, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Titans have taken the lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Watson off play action. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
At their own 42-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's
guy,
going on the defensive side?
that's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
Come on.
Second and 9 now. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. It doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Texans' 47-yard line.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
The score, Titans 14, Texans 7.
Hey, 4-1 Mike. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
The Texans here on 3rd down putting an extra defender in the secondary.
Here we go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. Smith catches left side. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
They'll run on first down. It's Evans, and he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They'll roll him out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Not that time for Watkins, but now it's 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
To Wes Watkins. 8 yards on the pick.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
44-yard line.
They'll run with Evans. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 12-yard line.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That's complete to Darrington Evans, the running back. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. This is caught. Watkins. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Quez Watkins. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens
on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability.
Lining up for the extra point.
The 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I talked with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? And he said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up-and-down-the-field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw here. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Zach Cunningham, his 2nd sack of the night. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle to Smith.
The pass.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. This one caught by Davis. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. Darrington Evans, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
They'll run out of the gun with Evans. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Here's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. It's picked up by the Titans. And they are going to bring this one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans.
Down, Titans.
The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
Titans 35, Texans 14.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
5-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And here's Watson on the keeper. And this Tennessee defense for the 2nd straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And it'll be Titan football.
At their own 44-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They're continuing to rock and roll. And at intermission, maybe sometimes you fear after such a good first half of a letdown, but that wasn't the case.
And what I remember most about being in those...
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Titans. Darrington Evans, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Good. Mix the score, Titans 42, Texans 14. Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. It gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
6. And it's 3rd down.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And that will be incomplete.
But we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. This is fielded at the 27. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big time, John? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play action pass could very well be open.
They'll go again here with Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st down, Evans. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's caught on the right side of Smith. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
They'll run here with Evans. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Evans. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Here's a handoff to Evans out of the gun. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Ross Blacklock in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now this will make it into the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line.
The tackle made by
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 11-yard line.
On the keeper, this is Watson. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
3rd down, here's Geis. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. This is taken deep in their territory. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, 4-1's Mike. 4-1's Mike. Stay with me.
Here's Evans. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On the ground, it's Evans. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. That time they're able to bottle him up, and he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Now they'll run with Evans. And the Titans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. Gets him down to the 6-yard line.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
On 2nd down, it's Evans. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. 41's coming. 41's a Mike. I got you. I got you. Take off.
And they will take a knee here.
Tonight's final score, Titans.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Tennessee, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Houston, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.